Fox 13 has learned new information about a deadly plane that crashed and killed 4 people in Snohomish County this week. The pilots and 2 members of the crew were part of a test flight for a local engineering firm, giving us a better idea of why the flight path raised so many eyebrows in the hours after the crash. And Matt is here with more tonight.
Yeah, and David, the one interesting thing here is that it fills in a lot of the gaps. Remember, we talked about all these odd turns in the past. We now know that that was part of a test flight, but that doesn't fully explain why the plane would be tested so hard. Now, one bright spot, because this was a test, they would have been doing a lot of recording of data, which may give investigators a lot more information than we typically see after a small, deadly plane crash.
Black smoke. The tires were exploding by that point.
For those who saw the wreckage minutes after the crash, the reality hit quickly.
It looked like something you'd never survive. The front end was completely smashed to smithereens and gone. There was one piece of landing gear up in the air and one wing and a little bit of the tail, and that was about it.
That plane, this wreckage, came after a test flight. Raisbeck Engineering, which is headquartered in Tukwila, had leased the plane for a 3-month stint. Their goal? To create a modification to the plane, which, if approved by the FAA, would be sold as an upgrade to other planes. But Raisbeck tells me they never got a chance to test their mod, saying this crash happened while a team of 2 test pilots, a flight test director, and an engineer were collecting data on the plane before making the changes.
I'm pouring through the records right now. I don't think there's been a single report of one of these types of aircraft ever suffering an in-flight structural failure up until this most recent accident. So what were they doing that so overstressed the aircraft that they managed to pull the wings off it?
Juan Brown is an airline pilot. He's been digging into details of the crash and trying to understand what exactly went wrong.
I'm not sure why they're testing it to this degree. Why are they testing it so hard just to get this baseline? Or was a maneuver performed incorrectly and they accidentally overstressed the airframe?
Raisbeck did pass along condolences in a lengthy response to questions I asked via email, but they stopped short of answering some of those questions. They did say the test pilots have thousands of hours of experience between them, but as far as the investigation, they said this, quote, Raisbeck cannot speculate as to the cause of the accident ahead of the findings of the NTSB. Raisbeck prides itself on a legacy of safety and is committed to cooperating with authorities on the investigation.